Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening all. Welcome back to Swaroop IT Solutions. Now, in this particular video series, we are already continuing to learn how to install, configure and managing our VMware hypervisor version 8X infrastructure. So, in this upcoming 4 subparts, we will execute following practicals. Now, before going for the actual module for this particular video, let me just give you idea what we are doing in next 4 parts. Means 4 videos I will be releasing in a short span of time. What we will be doing in those 4 subparts, let me just explain you. So I have just created this simple table just to make you understand what we are doing. So in the first video which we are doing now, we will be updating our VMware vCenter server from version 8.00 10,000 and the build version 20519528. This is our current version. We will verify it when we are doing it practically, but this is our current version of VMware vCenter server. So we will be updating from this build to the new version 8.0.3. You can see over here 8.0.3. It is 0 over here, it is 3, and then again 500, and then the build number is 246-74346. So we will be updating from this old version to new version. And the most important part is what will be our mode for this updating, that is command line interface or your SSH console also you can do it. So we are doing it CLI, and offline means we are not doing the online updates but through the offline ISO. Okay, so this particular video will be for this part, the first 12A. Okay, so we will be updating our VMware vCenter server from this version to this version through command line options. Okay, next part we will be doing it separately. After this part, we'll be updating same thing, VMware vCenter server, same from this version to this version. These numbers are same, but our practical mode will be GUI. Through our GUI interface or offline one, we will be updating it through our patch ISO. Okay, so the only difference over here is, first we will be seeing the options how to update your VMware vCenter server through command line, and second we will be updating through GUI, that is your graphical user interface. Okay, in the third part we'll be updating our ESX host again from 8.0.3b, and the build version is 242.80767 to 8.0.3e, build version is 246.74464. and again the first method will be command line interface offline, and same thing again we will be updating our ESX host through same old version to new version. These versions are same, but this time we will be doing it through GUI or baseline method. Okay, so basically we are doing only two updates. One is your VMware vCenter server and one is your ESX host, but I need to show you all the available options how you can update. So there are two options available for each update. One is your command line interface option and one is your GUI option. Okay, so for both the things, for updating VMware vCenter server and updating your ESX host, both the options are there. Through command line also we can update, or through GUI also. So I will be showing all the four options over here. You can choose whatever is best suitable for your infrastructure. Okay, so these will be 4 upcoming videos which I will be showing all the options practically. Okay, so let's move on to the first option or the first method, 12A, that is updating our VMware vCenter server from this version to this version through CLI option and offline option. Okay, so let's move on. So let's start the first option, updating VMware vCenter server through command line option. Okay. Now, as I said, we will be practically executing following steps in our part 12a video. What we are actually doing in this particular video. So, VMware vSphere 8.x infra updates and services. So, we will be doing updating VMware vSphere Center server from version 8.0.0 10,000. So, vCenter server 8 GA build 20519528 to version 8.0.3.500, and then that is called as vCenter server 8.0 update 3E build number 24674346. Okay. So what will be our method? As I said earlier, so VMware vSphere vCenter server update through CLI mode, that is command line mode. Okay. So let's move on. So first of all, we need to connect to our vCenter server CLI session through ESX host, web console, then root credentials, and then VMs, vCenter, and Alt F1 combination. So let me go back to my server over here. Okay, and currently I have logged into my vCenter server. So since we need to update our vCenter server itself, so we need to log off from this session, vCenter session. Okay, log out. Okay, I will close this, and now I will come back to here, and I just need to show you right from the start what we need to do. So I'm logging out from here also. Okay, now if you remember in our setup, we have configured our vCenter server as a virtual machine through our ESX host 01. Okay, so I need to log in to my ESX host 01. Okay, so this is my login ESX host 01. So I will click on that, and I will put the root credentials over here. Remember, this is not vCenter servers console, this is ESX host, single ESX host web console. Okay, so this is root. You can see over here what is the URL. This is our ESX host 01's IP, HTTPS, and then UI login. So this is our ESX host web login, root, and then password. Okay, now we have logged in with our ESX host 01. So I will go to the home screen, and here there is an option virtual machines. So if you remember, our VMware vCenter server is running inside our ESX host 01 as a nested VM. This is quite a complex lab setup what we have already configured in our previous video. So if you are not aware, or if you are a new viewer for this particular video, you need to see my previous videos on the same series, how we have configured the whole lab setup and all, how we have configured our vCenter server as a nested virtual machine inside our ESX host 01, which is itself is a virtual machine through our VMware workstation. Okay, so if you want clarity on that, you can see my previous videos on these ones. Okay, so I'm going to this particular VMware vCenter servers VMs, and you can see this is a small console preview over here. So I will click on that preview, and this is my current console for my vCenter server. Okay, now here I need to go to the CLI session. Okay, means I need to log in with the root credentials of VMware vCenter server, root credentials of VMware vCenter server through command line interface. Okay, so what I need to do, I need to press Alt F1. Okay, I'm coming here, I'm just entering the cursor inside this console, and I'm just pressing Alt F1. So you can see over here, once pressing, it is asking us for the login. Okay, so what I'm doing is, before login, let me go back here and let's go to the next step. So once connected to CLI session, log in to vCenter server using our root credentials. Okay, so I will go back here. I will say root. I will put the root credential. Okay, now before moving on to the next step, if you want to learn how to enable the root login for your vCenter server or for your ESX host also, because that also we are using when we are updating our ESX host. So all those steps also I have explained in my previous videos. Okay, so you can refer to those videos. Okay, so coming back to this particular CLI session, now let's move on to the next step. So remember, what we are doing is we are updating our vCenter server from this version to this version through CLI mode. Okay, so keep an eye for this particular footer line. Okay, so next is we need to first check our existing vCenter server version and build. Okay, so through vCenter server CLI session, enter following commands to check vCenter server's existing version. Okay, so what command we need to run? First command is we need to go to the shell access. Shell access means that will give you access to the commands which are actually system commands. Okay, which are very critical commands. So we need to get that shell access first. So I will type shell and hit enter. So it will give shell access is granted to root. Okay, for this session. Okay, next command is vpxd -v. So this particular space -v actually make sure that you are entering the command correctly, because all the Linux commands are requiring exact, what do you say, typing context also, and they are numeric, or what do you say, they are sensitive, case sensitive also, means not like Windows commands. They are case sensitives. Capital V or small v will make difference. Okay, so the next command we need to run is vpxd -v space -v. Okay, so I'm just entering that command, vpxd, sorry, space -v. Okay, if I'm hitting enter over here, you can see it is showing me the current version and current build. So it is, the current build is 8.0.0 and build is 20519528. Okay, so this is the one way to check your existing virtual center servers build and version. Okay, so here in this particular screenshot also you can see it is showing the same thing. Okay, or there is one more command through which we can check our build number also, or the version number also. Okay, so what is that other command? So cat space hyphen, sorry, cat space / then etc's / vmware / dot build info and then more. Okay, so this is one more command, although both commands serves same purpose, but this is another command, so I will type that one also for you guys. So let me go back here, let me clear our existing screen first. Okay, and now we will enter this particular command again. I hope I have entered it correctly. Let's see. Yes. So why I have put it that more, this more command is for if the command output is too high, means too lengthy, so it will not fit in a single screen, so it will directly go to the last line, and the previous lines or the first lines it will not show in a single line. So this particular command, it is showing the build number over here. You can see over here. I'm sorry, I cannot go inside with the cursor because it's a CLI line, but you can read over here the build number 20519528. Okay, so first 1 2 3 4 5 6, line number 6, 20519528, and the branch it is showing as your main version 8.0.0.1. Okay, so this is one more command through which you can check your existing version, and it will give all the list of the RPMs which are already installed in your VMware vCenter server or whichever Linux distribution you are using it. Okay, I hope I am clear over here. So these are the two commands. Either one of the command will serve, but I need to show you both the commands, so that's why I have just entered. So these are the two commands to check the existing version. Okay, vpxd space -v or the cat etc vmware build info more. Okay, so our existing version is 20519528. Okay, and we need to update it through update 3e 246.74346. Okay, so I hope I am clear. So again, just confirming, current version of vCenter server is 8.0.0 1000 and build is 20519528. So this is what exactly it is showing over here, 8.0.0.1 and 20519528. Now let's move on to the next step. So download the VMware vCenter server appliance 8.0.3 00500 246.74346 patch FP ISO. Now this particular ISO is an ISO you can download from official VMware support site if you are having a license and all these things. So I have already downloaded it on my main system. So let me go back to my main system over here, and if I'm going to my system over here, VMware VCSA, and now I will go to the ISO, not for this one, sorry, updates, and here is our ISO. Okay, so this is our patch ISO, means update ISO. Okay, and you can see over here the version is 8.0.3 500 and then 246.74346. So this patch ISO, using this patch ISO we will be updating our vCenter server. Okay, so coming back to our PPT, we have already completed this particular step. We have already downloaded it. Now next is we need to log into our vCenter server web console through administrator account. So I will go back to my server, and here first we don't require so let it, this CLI session be active because we will be requiring it for our update session, right? So let it active, and I will come back here and I will log into my VMware vCenter server vSphere servers console. Okay, with the administrator account. Okay, so this is our vCenter servers, login console. So coming back to our PPT. So next step is we need to upload our VMware vCenter server patch FP ISO to our data store through vCenter console. So what I'm doing is just doing a bit idea for uploading this one. So first I will go to my data center. Okay, sorry, not data center, data store. And here is our data store. Now we need to upload our patch ISO because we need to map that patch FP ISO to our VMware vCenter VM. Okay, so I will go to the files. Okay, now we need to upload the files. Okay, but before that, since our patch FP ISO is on main machine, so if I'm coming back here, this is my base machine. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just sharing this particular folder on network. Okay, and coming back here, coming to my this machine, my Win 2022 DC machine, and from this machine I will access my main machine. So I will go like this. Let me see. Okay, so I think I have entered the incorrect IP, so I will enter this IP now. This is my external machine's IP. I will say okay. It is asking me for the credentials. I'm entering it. And now you can see this share is visible. I will go inside and I will copy this path. Let me maximize this. Coming back to my vCenter servers console, I will say upload files, and here enter the network path, and now this patch FP ISO. So I will just double click on it. So it will start uploading my patch FP ISO over here. You can see the progress over here. Currently it has started uploading this particular ISO. This is 1%. So it will take some time. Once it is completed, I will come back to you with the next step. Currently I am just pausing this video. Okay, so as you can see over here, our ISO upload has been completed. This particular patch FP ISO has been uploaded in our data store. Okay, so let's move on to the next step. So next step is we need to map our patch FP ISO to our vCenter VM. So remember, I am telling you again and again, our vCenter VM itself is running as a VM. Okay, vCenter server, okay, itself is running as a VM. So what I am doing is over here, I am going back to my inventory. Through vCenter server console only we can access our vCenter VM. Okay, this is our VMware vCenter server. So I will right click on it and I will go to the edit settings, and here if I am scrolling down, there is an option called CD DVD drive. So I am expanding it. Okay, and here I will expand this host device option, and I will go to the Datastore ISO file, click on my Datastore, and here you can see there are 3 ISOs already present. So which ISO we need to map over here is patch FP ISO. Okay, so this one, okay, 8.0.3055. This is our patch FP. Actually, due to the screen limitation, it is not showing the full name or them, but this is the correct ISO. Okay, so patch FP you can see. So I'm just selecting this one and I will say OK. And there are two options over here you need to click in order to connect this ISO to our virtual CD-ROM. Okay, so connected, and second one is this one connected. Sorry, this is for the network adapter, forget about it. So this is for the CD DVD connected and connect at power on, both on. Means suppose after the restart also this ISO is still be getting mapped to our VM. Okay, so I will select both the options and I will say OK.